Hello dear viewers of our channel. This time I will introduce you to a 2023 Chevrolet Corvette. While the previous generation Corvette was an absolute gem, high-octane variants like the Z06 and ZR1 made it clear that Chevrolet engineers could only go so far with the front-engine setup. In short, there just wasn't enough traction to make the most out of the ample horsepower. That's why the switch to a mid-engine platform for the current C8 was such a revelation. Not only could owners of the base Corvette enjoy more predictable handling, but the new configuration opened up the possibility for a lot more headroom in terms of usable power. Now, Chevrolet has given us our first glimpse at what a mega vet will look like with the reveal of the 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Z06. Under the engine cover is an all-new, rather exotic V8 with a lofty redline. You also get a number of aero and mechanical upgrades to make the most of the prodigious horsepower on tap, especially if you opt for the Z07 Track Attack package. The result is an American sports car that can finally go toe-to-toe with automakers like Ferrari or McLaren. The standard Corvette will continue to be powered by a 6.2-liter V8 mounted in the middle of the car, just behind the driver. Its 490 horsepower and 465 pounds-to-foot of torque is quite potent, affording the base Corvette a 3.3-second 0 to 60 miles per hour time in Edmunds testing, quicker than both the previous generation Z06 and ZR1. The importance of the switch to a mid-engine layout cannot be overstated. This is why we're so excited to get behind the wheel of the new Corvette Z06. Its new LT6 5.5-liter engine is actually down on displacement compared to the normal Corvette, but it's far more powerful. Chevy keeps the engine naturally aspirated but switches to a flat plane crank like you'd find on exotic supercars. The 2023 Z06 will produce 670 horsepower and 460 pounds-to-foot of torque and a redline of 8,600 revolutions per minute, or 2,100 revolutions per minute higher than the standard Corvette. Power will continue to be sent to the rear wheels via an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, but the Z06 has a shorter drive ratio for even quicker acceleration. Chevy estimates the Z06 will rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds, which would make it one of the fastest cars in the world. Other Z06 enhancements include wider tires, which measure 275 mm in the front and 345 mm in the rear, an increase of 30 mm and 40 mm, respectively. The staggered 20-inch front, 21-inch rear wheels are wrapped in the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires that also put power down in the base Corvette with the Z51 performance package. A unique front and rear end, large adjustable spoiler, adaptive suspension dampers, and larger Brembo 6-piston front and 4-piston rear brakes round out the performance upgrades for the Z06. The Track Focus Z07 package adds even more performance bits. It starts with a carbon fiber aero kit, consisting of a prominent front splitter and fixed rear wing unique suspension tuning, carbon ceramic brakes with a larger diameter than the normal Z06 stoppers and Michelin Sport Cup 2R tires. Opting for the Z07 package also opens the door to carbon fiber wheels, which Chevy says reduce unsprung mass by 41 pounds. This 8th generation Corvette's interior was a massive step forward compared to the last Corvette, which in turn was significantly more luxurious than its predecessor. The C8, as this version is called, has a driver-focused interior with a touchscreen canted toward the driver and an arching control panel that clearly separates the driver and passenger compartments. The cabin hasn't changed much for the Z06. You still get an interior decorated in leather and faux suede, though there is a new carbon fiber package that adds copious amounts of the racy lightweight material throughout the cabin. The biggest benefits of the switch to a mid-engine platform will be realized with the upcoming 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Z06. With a flat plane crank and 670 horsepower on tap, it will likely be the quickest and most capable Corvette yet. While the previous generation Corvette, internally referred to as the C7, was an absolute gem, high-octane variants like the Z06 and ZR1 made it clear that Chevrolet engineers could only go so far with the front-engine setup. In short, there just wasn't enough traction to make the most out of the ample horsepower. That's why the switch to a mid-engine platform for the current C8 was such a revelation. Not only could owners of the base Corvette enjoy more predictable handling, but the new configuration opened up the possibility for a lot more headroom in terms of usable power. Now, Chevrolet has given us our first taste of the 2023 Chevrolet Corvette in its Z06 form. The reveal was little more than a recording of the Corvette Z06 exploring its rev range, but the ensuing oral bliss is enough to whet our appetites. The Z06 is rumored to replace the 6.2-liter V8 with a 5.5-liter unit, but the smaller engine will likely feature a flat plane crankshaft and a lofty redline just like a Ferrari F8 Tributo or McLaren 600 LT. Unlike those vehicles, however, the Z06 will probably be naturally aspirated. Power output is expected to top 600 horsepower, exceeding the current Vette's output by more than 100 horsepower. The engine is also rumored to be equipped with dual overhead camshafts, which will replace the pushrods that Corvettes have used since the dawn of recorded history. That's all I can say about this car. Thank you for watching. As usual, in the next video I will present an interesting car.